Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Reeti and I am back with another lecture in the OS series. In the last lecture, we learned about system calls in operating system. In this particular video, we would be learning about the fork system call. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the fork system call is used in Unix or Linux based operating system to create a new process. So whenever we want to create a new process, we can use this fork system call. Now the new process created is called as the child process and the existing process is called as the parent process. Now consider that there is a process P. So this particular process P has some process ID PID. Now this particular process P needs to do some of its task, but right now P is occupied. So P needs to complete this task, but right now P is occupied with some other task. So what P will do is P will need another process which will help P to complete its task. So P will just do a fork call, and this particular fork call will create another process which is the child process of this particular P, which is having all the things which P is having, kind of a replica of P, so that this particular child process can help P to complete all this task. Now since C is a child process or a newly created process, it will have another process ID, that is PID, consider 1. So it is having PID and it is having the PID 1. Now these both will execute in parallel to complete the task. So how the fork works? Parent process calls the fork, so parent process will call the fork. OS creates child process, basically a duplicate of the parent, so it is kind of a replica of the parent process. Now both the process continue execution from the next instruction after the fork. So if there is a parent process, it calls the fork, so it will create a child process C1 and then there will be a parent process as well which will be running. Now different return values for the parent and child. So parent receives the child process ID. So the PID1 is basically received by the parent, which is always a positive value. Child, since it's created new, it will receive the value 0. So the parent will have a positive value and the child would be having the value 0. If the fork fails, it will return -1. These cases are very rare, so you don't need to care about this. You just need to make sure that the child always receives the value 0 and the parent receives the child process ID, which is always a positive value. Now what will be the total number of process whenever there is n fork calls which is present? So whenever there is n fork system calls which is present, which includes both the parents and child process, then it is 2 to the power n. Now let's understand from an example. So this is our program. Now here you can see that there is a fork, and then there is a printf. So first a fork is called. So consider that there is a process P which was running. Now fork is called. So now there will be a child process which will be created C1 and then there will be the parent process P. So this particular fork task is done. Now there is another fork. So again a fork is called. Now for this particular child process, it will act as a parent. So again another process C2 will be created and then C1 will be present as this is the parent process for this. Now for this process, there will be P and then there will be a C3 which is created. So here you can see that there is C2, C1, P and C3. So there are 3 child process and 1 parent process which will run parallelly to execute. So here in the output also you can see that there are 4 processes which is present. So basically here we have got 4 processes. Now here 1 is the parent process and 3 are the child process. So what it will do is it will print all the process IDs. So first the parent process ID will be printed and then the child process IDs would be printed. So these are some of the randomly generated process ID which we can get using the getPID system call. So basically there is a process PID which is 1, 2, 3, 4 and then for the childs is 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 7. So here you can see that if there is one fork call, we get 2 processes, 1 child process, 1 parent process. If there is 2 fork calls, we get 4 process. So that is why for 1 fork call we get 2, for 2 fork call we get 4. So for n fork call we get 2 to the power n, where n is a positive integer. So that is where the derivation for this formula comes from. So fork system call is not mostly asked in interviews or placements, but sometimes it's asked in GATE exam, so it's better to get the concept clear. So whenever you see a fork, you will just go ahead and create the child process for that particular parent. Even if that is a child process, it will be considered as parent for the next set of child process. So this was all about this video. I hope you like this video. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're someone who is new to my channel, can go ahead and watch out the tech content first. And if you find it useful, can go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you have not followed me on my social media handles, you can go ahead and follow. The links are in the description. Till then, take care, keep learning, keep growing, keep smiling. Bye all.